Are you confused about the process to landing clients for your social media marketing agency or digital marketing agency, or maybe you're not landing clients at all? Well, if you're not and you're having trouble, then you need to pay attention to this video because we're gonna go over the 5-step process to landing clients for a marketing agency. Here we go. What's going on, everybody? Like I said, my name is Jordan Steen, also known as Serial Entrepreneur. And at my channel, we are all about social media marketing, digital marketing, starting an agency, your personal brand, influencer marketing, all of the types of marketing that you can think of with relation to being online in one channel. And we like to provide the best content possible for whether you're starting that agency or your personal brand, whatever it may be that you're doing. So one thing I need you guys to make sure you go ahead and do is hit that subscribe button down and the notification bell so that way you can get updates on when we release new content about landing clients, starting a social media marketing agency, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Let's get into the 5-step process to landing clients. And again, a lot of you already, you reach out to me on a regular basis and you send me messages and you want information about landing clients. You want to know why you're not landing clients, why your cold calling or email marketing or your messaging or whatever it is that you're doing isn't working. And so, we wanted to put together the process so that way you understand how to actually land these clients, because a lot of you are kind of mixing up the steps. You either, you get a business to meet with you and then you go directly into pitch to them. Okay, I want you guys to do me a favor on this one. If you have talked to a business owner, right, and landed that first meeting with them, and then went into the first meeting with them and tried to sell them something in that first meeting, I want you to write, "I did that," in the comments below. And the reason why I want you to do that is so that way I can maybe converse back with you. But what I want you to understand is that is not what you should be doing, okay? When you're landing that client, you should not be going in and just straight up selling them. All right, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to also talk about the setup, a lot of different points to landing these clients when you actually, start your social media marketing agency, because without clients, you have no business, right? So let's go in here, and the first step I want to show you is qualifying the business. This is one of the most important things about the prospecting journey, because if you're going after businesses that can't afford your services, you're wasting time. You're never going to make money if you're going after businesses that can't buy your services, because they're never going to pay you. So how do we qualify a business? Well, let's say we're wanting to look at someone in the restaurant niche, and I'll do the restaurant niche because it's one of the most common. So if I go online and I start looking at restaurants, I'm not just going to go after the first one that shows up, even the second one that shows up. What I'm going to start doing is some research on these restaurants and trying to figure out if it's even a restaurant that I want to work with, right? Usually with restaurants, I won't work with a place if they only have 1 or 2 locations. I usually try to stick between 3 to 4 locations. Why? Because I know that restaurants have a low profit margin, meaning if they only have 1 location, they're probably not going to be able to afford at least $1,500 per month. So really just narrowing it down, eliminating the audience that cannot afford $1,500 per month, and then getting it to where you're finding people who can. And that comes down to several different things. What is their revenue like? What is their profit margin like typically for their industry? And you can do searches for all this. Go to Google and type in standard profit margins for restaurants, and it'll give you an idea of what their profit margin is like. Then have an understanding of what the revenue is like. Well, if a restaurant sells an average item of, their average order item is $9, right? And they only have 1 location. Well, chances are they're probably not going to be able to build a business, or not build a business, but to be able to afford my marketing services. So we're going to look for restaurants that have multiple locations. And that's all we'll do. We'll come in here and we'll say, okay, well, let's see Aria. Does Aria have more than 1 location? They have a ton of reviews. They have 193 reviews. We'll visit their website, and it looks like they have a crappy website, which they definitely do. I mean, it's okay, but it could definitely be better. I don't see multiple locations, so I would go into their actual menu and see what their prices are like. They don't even include pricing. Entrees between 28 to 44. So this is a higher ticket item restaurant. So I would consider actually working with this, though they only have 1 location. Why? They have higher end ticket items, right? Their average item entrees are between $28 and $44. That's expensive, right? But they only have 1 location. But they're getting 193 reviews, which means they have a lot of business coming in, right? So I know that this might be a business that I would reach out to, right? So this is all the qualifying process is. Then I would, I'd do more than that even. even. I would go to their Facebook page. I would check out the reviews there. I would go, to their content, or not their content, but their website, and I would do even more digging through their website to see what their content is like, what their ad strategy is like currently, to see what they're actually doing. All right, so then we're going to try and find some other restaurants. And this is all we do. We go through the list of restaurants available to us, and we try to find ones that have multiple locations. We're going to try and find restaurants that have, more chance of affording us because they have higher ticket items, or they have several locations. Like Ray's in the City would be a perfect one. I know that if I go to Ray's in the City, they have Ray's on the river. They have all kinds of different Ray's locations. So I'd come to their website and look, oh, they have Ray's at Killer Creek. They have Ray's on the river. They have Ray's in the city. So this might be a business that I would consider reaching out to. Why? Because they have 3 locations. I know Ray's. Ray's on the river is a huge location, and their menu is not cheap. Right? So I know that this could potentially be a restaurant that I could go after because I know they have 3 locations. I know they have higher end ticket items. I can tell just by looking at their website that they actually do some marketing, right? Because there's a strong focus here on design and user experience. I could go to their Facebook page and see, okay, well, what kind of marketing are they doing? And this is the most important step. That's why we're going to spend the most time on it. Because again, if you're not going after businesses that cannot afford your services, then the rest of the process is a waste of time. Qualify the business, make sure that they're worth going after, and then you're good. I mean, that's really all you have to make sure of from there. Qualify them. Okay, so you now understand step 1. You have to qualify the business. It is super important. Please spend a lot of time doing this because it will save you so much time and headache later. The second step of the process to landing clients is to simply just create something valuable. Whether that be the digital marketing audit template, which if you guys are looking for one of the best resources, I've got to say, like, I've helped people land thousands and thousands of dollars worth of clients from this one strategy alone. If you want the digital marketing audit template that we use, we're going to use it, leave it in the description below, so make sure you check that out. But that is your value offer, your digital marketing audit template. Or maybe you're setting up a strategy session or a 1-hour consultation with them where you help them plan out their marketing strategy. Sorry, Facebook's going off. You need to have some sort of value that you give to these businesses when you go in to meet with them on that first meeting. So once you've qualified the business, then you can start to put together that valuable information for that business, which means essentially go do research on the business, figure out what they're doing bad, what they're doing good, and then show them tools and resources they can use to make the improvements. That's it. Okay, so now that you've done the first 2 steps, you've qualified them, you've actually put together some valuable information, then the third step is to actually set the info meeting. Now, here's, the second and third step, what I do want to note is that you can actually kind of rotate these in and out, like switch them back and forth between second and third position. And the reason why, some people actually like to try and set the info meeting before they send out the value document. Sometimes people like to send out the value document first to set that info meeting. So try both and see which one works for you. Ultimately, I've liked sending out the info document first, or maybe a pre-document that's a little bit smaller, not a full in-depth audit first, and then following up with a full audit in that info meeting. But the third step is the info meeting, and guys, this meeting is where you're going to just show them the digital marketing audit, or do that strategy session or consultation session that you promised them when you first talked to them. The key thing that you need to note about this meeting is you're not just going in there to try and give them that value. Okay, yes, that is part of the process. You want to give them value, but what is the next part? The next part of the journey is to pitch a proposal to them, right? So if we want to pitch a proposal, we need to know something about their business. So really, step 3, that's why we call it the info session, is because you're going in there to collect info about their business. You need to be figuring out things like what's their revenue, what's their profit margins like, what marketing have they tried in the past, how much did they spend on that marketing? That's a good way to get an idea of budget. There's all kinds of different questions that you want to be asking them, and we've actually got videos on our YouTube channel about selling and prospecting that go specifically into this. So we're going to leave our playlist on this video for selling and prospecting. So just make sure to click that little link up there. It actually might be up there. Yeah, it's up there. So make sure to click that little link up there and you can go view that playlist over there. But guys, that is the important part about the first meeting. You have to understand you're going in there to collect information. You're not actually going in there to sell them anything. You should not mention pricing at all, unless they are like, trying to twist your arm to get you to tell them about pricing. You should not mention pricing at all in the first meeting. All right, guys, so step number 4 to the sales process is to create the proposal. If you're looking on how to create the proposal, we actually have a video on how to create the perfect proposal here that you can go view. But the proposal is not that difficult. You just need to outline what you plan to do for their business with regards to digital marketing and then how much it's going to cost. That's really all they want to see. They want to see what you're going to do,
how you're gonna do it, what results they should expect, and how much it costs. That's it. But that's what you do. You don't go into the first meeting trying to pitch them a proposal. And I get this question all the time. Oh, well, should I pitch them? No, you don't pitch them a proposal. They don't even know who you are, right? Go in there, meet them first. Well, really, qualify the business, create value, meet with them first, get their information, right? Figure out some information about their business, create the proposal around the information that you gathered in step 3, right? That's step 4. Now, step 5, we're moving into step 5. The final step is you go and you pitch that proposal to them. That's it. It's as simple as that. That is the 5-step process to landing clients. It's not that difficult. If in that first proposal meeting, so there can sometimes be some extra steps. If in that first proposal meeting that you have with them, you don't land them right then, what you need to do is set a follow-up meeting. Okay, cool, Mr. Business Owner, the $2,500 package doesn't work. I totally understand. We're gonna put together a $1,500 package for you. Try to keep it in that price range that you mentioned. So would you be available next Tuesday or Wednesday around 10 or maybe 3 p.m. in the afternoon where we can go over that revised proposal? That's all you do from there. That would be the sometimes step 6, and that's it. Landing clients is not that hard, people, but you do have to take those first 5 steps into consideration, and you really need to plan them out, just intelligently, because if not, you're going to be doing things backwards. You won't have enough information, and then when it's time for you to actually go in and close that deal, again, you don't have enough information, so your proposal, your actual presentation just looks like crap. If you're not following this 5-step process, I promise you, you're gonna have a hard time landing clients. So if you wanna land clients, study this video, watch it again, rewind it, watch it again, and make sure you understand every single part of the sales process when it comes to social media marketing. So, thank you guys for joining so much. I need you to do me a couple favors. Number 1, like this video if this was helpful for you. If it explained the process clearly, definitely throw a thumbs up on this video. Number 2 is I need you to go in that bottom right-hand corner and click the subscribe and the notification bell, because you're gonna want all the information that we release for free over here at Serial Entrepreneur Academy. You don't wanna miss out, so hit that button and you'll get notified every single time. The last thing I want you to do is, if you've had trouble landing clients, I want you to write yes or no in the comment section below. Yes if you've used this exact strategy and you're still having trouble, or no if you haven't used this strategy yet and you plan to start. And if you say yes, you have had trouble and you're using this strategy, then leave me something specific so that way I can help you. If you're saying no, then you need to start the strategy so that way you can actually see if it's gonna work for you or not, or if you're actually doing it the right way or not, before I can give you some feedback. So thank you all for joining me very, very much. As always, check the description below for any awesome, useful links that we provide. Training resources are down there, free video content is down there, free educational resources are down there. There's all kinds of stuff down in the description below, so make sure you check that. Plus, that link to the digital marketing audit template that I mentioned will also be in the description. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I hope this video was super useful for you, and I will see you on the next one. Until then, Serial Entrepreneur out. Later, guys.
Ready to start living the 6-figure work wherever, be your own boss lifestyle? Well, at Serial Entrepreneur Academy, we'll teach you how to use a laptop and internet to start your own social media and digital marketing agency. Get started with our free Facebook ads training. Links in the description below, guys. See you in the course. Serial Entrepreneur out.